Hey guys, it's Jess with Surgent CPA Review here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the new exam. And I know what you're thinking, Jess. We've already heard everything there is to know about the new exam. But I've actually learned a couple things in the last few days that I wanted to share with you guys, especially now that the exam officially launched on April 1st. So, I'm not going to go into a bunch of content changes with you guys because I'm sure you already know about all of that stuff. But there are some user experience changes that have actually occurred, and I want to make sure that you know all about them so that you're fully prepared on your exam day. Now, the first thing that I want to tell you about is the intro screen. So, in the beginning of your exam, you're going to sit down. They want you to verify your name, your photo ID, and your exam section, and also put in your launch code. Your launch code is also the same code that you receive on your NTS. So, they want you to do all of those things, and you have 5 minutes to do so. Probably plenty of time for you, but figured I'd let you know anyway. Now, something else that's a little bit different is the exam instructions. Now, the exam instructions are the same as they've always been, but they're giving you only 5 minutes to actually read them. I believe before they used to give you about 10 minutes, so they've cut that time in half. And the best way to avoid even worrying about the exam instructions is to go ahead on the AICPA website and read them ahead of time. They take 2 seconds to read, they're not that complicated, and it'll save you some time on the day of your exam. So, let's go into something else. So, we all know that there's this new optional break, 15-minute break that you get after your third testlet. So between your third and fourth testlet, there's an optional 15-minute break that you can take that will not count against your clock. You still can have the option of taking a break in between your other testlets, but again, that's going to count against your clock. Now, you probably haven't thought about this, but what if you accidentally take too long on this break? What if you take more than 15 minutes on this break? What happens? Well, actually, what ends up happening is your exam will resume where you left off, and any extra time that you take on this break will be counted against your clock. So I would probably just try and take under 15 minutes and make sure that you're paying attention to the time while you're on your break. Now, going back to the scoring, I know we've heard a lot about the scoring. I know many people know that if they're taking the exam in the April-May testing window, that you're not going to receive your exam grade until about mid-August, and that is still true. Now, the thing that I think people kind of get mixed up on is whether or not there's going to be a entirely new exam score. But there actually will not be. It is still going to be a 75. So passing is still a 75. The only difference is now they're going to curve the exam. So now you'll have the option of taking the exam in that testing window and being subject to a curve. Now going forward for the July testing window, they're going to continue to extend it the extra 10 days the way they did, in previous testing windows. They're not extending the April-May testing window. That's still April 1st to the last day in May. But the July testing window will be July 1st to September 10th. And the score release will actually be on September 22nd. So anybody who takes the exam in July and August will definitely have to wait, but they will receive their score on September 22nd. Now, we also know what the time release is going to be for the following testing window. So October 1st to December 10th is the next testing window after that. And the score release for that will be December 22nd. So the same kind of thing happens if you take your exam in October. You're going to have to wait a while, but, at least now you know your dates. So let's move on to the next topic. So the Authoritative Literature Tab. Now everybody knows about the Authoritative Literature Tab as being part of your simulation section, and it still is. I just want to let you know that it's actually moved. So it's not going to be within your individual simulations anymore. It'll actually be in the main toolbar at the top of the simulation screen, so you can go there and look for it. And the nice thing is that no matter what part you're taking, you'll have access to all the authoritative literature, meaning everything in audit and federal taxation and now financial reporting as well. So you'll have those 3 tabs in your authoritative literature, so you can pretty much look up whatever it is that you need. And I'm sure that has a lot to do with the fact that now there are simulations on BEC, and now you have the enhanced task-based simulation, which is also testing you potentially on other areas of the exam. So, you might have some information in audit from FAR, or FAR on reg, whatever it might be. But I just wanted to let you know about that. And the last thing that I wanted to touch upon was the end of your test slit. So at the end of your test slit, now there's going to be this nice little warning that if you missed any questions, meaning if you did not answer a question, if you skipped over a question, now they will actually let you know and remind you and say, hey, you didn't answer 3 of the questions. Are you sure you want to submit your test slit? And it's actually pretty nice. They're kind of helping us out here. So I know that during your multiple choice test slits, it can be, kind of simple to just skip over a question by accident, or forget to click an answer, or think you clicked an answer but you accidentally didn't check the box appropriately, or whatever might happen. But then the fact of the matter is they're going to tell you about it. And they're going to warn you before you submit your test slit, and they're going to let you know that you can't go back to it either. So I know this was a mouthful. I know this was a lot for you guys to listen to today, but I hope that it was helpful, especially when you go in to take that new exam, because I know a lot of us don't know what to expect. And again, I do hope that this was helpful. If you want some more information on the CPA exam, don't forget to go to surgentcpareview.com. Make sure you check out our blog. We also have a couple Facebook pages that you can subscribe to. It's Surgent CPA Review and Surgent CPA Review Student Community. So again, I hope this was helpful, and I hope everyone has a great week. Tune in next time. Thanks, everyone.